Coca-Cola. Now I didn't get to talk about this last week because I didn't do a podcast last week. Coca-Cola asks its workers to be less white to fight racism. Now, when I first heard about this, I forgot where I saw this at first, but this has to be the dumbest, and I mean the dumbest thing to ask of someone. Be less white. Be less white. Well, how does one be less white? How does one be less black? How does one be less of a skin color? Just tan more? What? Somebody please tell me. So this opened up a lot. If you guys are on TikTok, this opened up a lot of I mean, I guess you can call it racism. I really don't. But I know I saw this one TikTok. It was a white dude. He was like, well, how do I be less white? I guess I'll buy a car. I'll buy an old cop car, put some 22s on it. The AC don't work, but I'm still going to put some rims on it. And just stuff like that. So they've opened this up for content to be made like that. That's the dumbest thing ever. Less white. How do you be less white? That makes no sense to me. Coca-Cola, man. Oh yeah, there was a song, We Gotta Be Less White, new song. I kind of want to listen to this. I'll probably get copyrighted, but whatever. YouTube doesn't like me anymore anyway. Let's listen to a little bit of that.
What's going on, y'all? In honor of Coca-Cola, I have written a brand new song for you called Be Less White. That's right. The pamphlet that's going around Coca-Cola to all their employees right now, if you hadn't been paying attention, is how to be less white. All the reasons white people are bad. You know, at some point, I'm just like, damn. The hatred is real. Can you imagine if we released a pamphlet called Be Less Black? Can you imagine if Coca-Cola did that? What would happen? Y'all, I'm from Mississippi. I don't care who you are, what walk of life you come from. You come down here and have a beer with me anytime.
Hell yeah.
But this is getting comical. It's getting ridiculous. At a certain point, I think in America, we just need to be less stupid. That's what we need to be. Hope y'all like this song. Be proud of who you are no matter where you came from. In the meantime, we need to be less white. Coca-Cola's done lost their dadgum minds. Yeah, the white guilt's hitting pretty hard this time. I thought I'd seen it all, but as it turns out, I have to change my skin to live this one down. We gotta be less white, be less white. This liberals gone wild and they lost their minds. We gotta be less white, be less white. Now I'm switching to Pepsi and it's all alright.
I wonder what the stock price is right now for Pepsi and Coke.
They said to be less white is to be less oppressive, be less certain and less defensive, be less arrogant, try to actually listen. Well, Coke ain't getting served in my kitchen. Be less white, hell, be less white.
Alright, so I ain't gonna listen to the whole thing. That's funny. So yeah, man, be less white. That's as stupid as the song is. That's how stupid it. Like, what does that even mean? Can someone please tell me? But anyway, so more of the cancel culture stuff. Dr. Seuss got canceled. Okay, so technically, not all of Dr. Seuss got canceled, but some Dr. Seuss books with racist imagery will go out of print. If I ran the zoo. Now, from the little bit that I did read, it was mainly about just certain things that hurt people's feelings. And we all know whose feelings it actually hurt. It probably, like, I think this here, no, Joe Biden and schools didn't cancel Dr. Seuss, but the right wants you to think they did. Dum, dum, dum. So they, let's see. Green Eggs and Ham got canceled? Several books by the late children's book author Dr. Seuss, including And to Think That I Saw It on Marbury Street, and I think I rented this, or If I Ran the Zoo, will no longer be published due to racist and insensitive imagery. These books portray people in ways that are hurtful and wrong. Like I said, nobody probably even thought about this stuff except white liberals, because they're the only ones that are canceling stuff. I haven't seen a black person come forward yet and say that we need to get rid of Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben's rice or Dr. Seuss. I haven't seen any Chinese people come forward and say that. So basically, hurtful and insensitive imagery is what they're going after here. I know in one of the books there was a little Chinese kid with chopsticks and dressed in like Chinese clothing, and that got canceled because of that. Steven Crowder, they did a pretty funny bit on the whole issue, not or really non-issue, and it was super funny, so go check that out over on his page. Very funny. But I mean, it's Dr. Seuss. I mean, it's not like it's Mark Twain when was it Huckleberry Pain Defense? And honestly, I wish I owned the original. Is it Huckleberry Finn? Yeah, Mark Twain, Huckleberry Finn. I wish I owned the original, because that was a time where that was okay. I mean, that was a time where the book was written. So honestly, I don't think you should get rid of books. Just, I mean, that was a time. That's history. So why are we getting rid of history? Like, it's getting ridiculous to me. Here, and I should actually do. Okay. Well, actually, we're gonna jump to this. So they canceled Mr. Potato Head too. They canceled Mr. Potato Head. Mr. Potato Head drops the Mr. sort of. So, just to be clear, they didn't actually get rid of Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. I think, from what I read in the article, they basically created a new character. I don't know if there's a new Toy Story or something coming out. That's why they did it. I don't know, but I don't think anybody was complaining about this. If in that case, you might as well change every character ever to be more inclusive. I don't think kids are going around wondering about Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head unless it's been pushed down their throats by their weirdo parents, because the only thing a kid really should be worried about as a kid is kid things like maybe school, maybe sports, art, instruments, anything. I mean, I'm pretty sure that doesn't really go through their head as a kid. They don't even know what any of that is unless the parent is pushing that on them. So that's why this is so weird that Hasbro came out of nowhere. And I know it was some weird white liberal that did this. And I think these are two dads and a baby. Now, I'm not saying there are kids out there that have two dads, two moms. Some are polyamorous with like probably 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people they call mom, dad, and all that.